Okay, hello, everyone. Welcome. Hopefully you can hear me. It looks like the microphone's working. It's Bola. Today we are going to be diving into manifesting your dream, this concept of manifestation and gratitude being the theme for December. And I think it's very timely. So we're going to pull cards for the collective, for personal cards, for those of you who would like some cards pulled. And yeah, let's see what I guess Spirit has to say. So I'm going to just start with some sage and cedar here. Kind of just prepare the space, and then we'll do a bit of a kind of grounding practice. Let me know in the comments, how have things been for you this week? What are you looking forward to the most in December? Ooh, we got a lot of fire here. This is nice. Oh, there we go. Finally got some more sage today. I feel like it's been a while. Okay, so just cleansing your space, calling to your guides, those ancestors and angels that wish to support you, to open up the collective reading here for all of us, those of tuning in either live or in the recording. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Gonna maybe move this over here. Okay. So just tuning in with a deep breath here. Allowing your body to relax on the exhale. Noticing feet planted on the ground beneath you. Filling belly and lungs before letting it all go. And one last time, inhaling. We call to our dreamers, to our dream animals, for the visions, the insights, the ability to imagine and to visualize that which is our heart's desire, that which is our deepest will. So it is. Thank you. So let us see. And as with always, we'll do this collective reading. And then those of you who would like personal cards pulled, let me know, please. I aim to get through everyone here with these member videos. And yeah, about this dreaming, manifesting your dreams. I don't know about you, but for myself personally, I've been feeling as though there's more and more clarity, more and more direction, like opening up. It's been this gradual visioning that's happening, especially the last week and a bit. I would say something for me is just completely shifted. So I'm curious about what it's been looking like for you. What's been showing up? Because I really do believe that this end of 2025, a lot of these experiences of insights, dreams, maybe a bit of this motivation is going to start to stir, because there's been so much that's been letting go. I love how we have the Ace of Swords in the East. If it's going to show you, come on, lovely camera. Doesn't want to do its thing. That's okay. So we're going to see what about this doesn't want to be in vision. What is it about your thoughts that are still maybe a little blurry? And it's funny because we have in the West the Tower card. So just right off the bat means to me that, oh, there we go. Maybe I got it. That there is something still kind of shifting for you around the old, some surrendering of the old structure. We have Algiz in this reverse position here, the ruin. Right? This reverse position, usually it would be the opposite way. And so there's still something, and it's fascinating that we'd have the Mars energy in this west direction, in the place of the cup, the womb, a very fiery energy. amongst, and with the swords, this like air blowing and creating a mess, and then that also creating a lot more smoke, which might make it difficult. So wherever it is that you may be right now, especially this feminine energy, that gentle, creative form, whatever that looks like for you, the places you're feeling called to create or to birth something new, to really recognize where this Mars masculine kind of like warrior-like intensity might be showing up, because that's going to lead to you not having a lot of focus. Someone I know posted something online, I just read today, it was something like, how come I feel like I have all this time in the world, like just so much time, and yet when I go to want to do something, there's like no time there. And someone had mentioned the concept of burnout to this individual, and that just really stood out to me, because it is a bit of this, like you've been going, and this whole year has really been this accumulation of us looking inward, looking at our own personal structures, our ways in which we've been operating and, navigating in this life. And a lot of that has been falling away. And now it's like a lot of those things maybe led to burnout for you, and it just didn't feel aligned anymore. That's why these structures fall. And so in order for us to manifest the dreams, in order for us to take those thoughts that come and see how like the mountain is becoming a bit more, oh my gosh, it just does not want to do the thing for me today. This mountain peak becomes a bit more clear, that summit in which we are climbing to, the summit of perfection, the summit of our realizations, our creations, just like almost like it, as if it were a womb with something inside. And so all those parts, we'll pull some clarifying cards probably on the tower. I would like to see a bit more of what kind of is in the way, if any last pieces, but it definitely feels like it's just these old structures, this masculine overworking, masculine overbearing energy that clearly isn't really serving you anymore, but it has taught you. And so whatever this burnout is, I love December in that we get an opportunity to kind of come into a place of relaxation and reflection on the last year, so slow down. Don't go into the old patterns of having to overwork, overcommit yourself, overschedule things. And as I'm saying that, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm getting it now. Like, because that's definitely something I noticed. I was looking through my calendar of last December and the December before, and things have changed because I started using like an actual written day planner for all my schedules instead of using it on the phone calendar. But I was looking at just how full my every day was back then, and I'm like, oh my gosh, so many things have been let go of. So that energy, over planning, over committing, please, that's not necessary, especially not in the direction that you're being called to live. In order to dream, you have to be able to find that stillness and that peace and calm to sleep, right? In order to enter into a dream sleep state, you have to stop everything. And I think the same goes for when we're creating something or bringing our dreams into the awake time reality. We have to pause, we have to stop. We have to be able to just slow down a little bit, or a lot sometimes. So in the south direction, if it's going to do its thing, this is going to annoy me so much, I feel. I was kind of playing around with my camera settings before, so I wonder if I have somehow done something. But we have the 9 of stones. This is material gain. And so with this, it's what I was feeling when it came down is that sense of sturdiness that we can feel, the groundedness we can feel with being present in our wombs. We have the 9 here. how much that can actually bring value to your life by just bringing it back to the body, bringing it back to like inner knowing and this like sureness that kind of exists within us. And with that, tuning in, to the dream time, like thinking about how things can be created physically from like a child being born to the ideas that we like have enter and then enter into gestation and then they come into fruition, that there's something here that really is going to help you in this next month. Tuning into the womb, tuning into the healing around this, tuning into, any last like physical pieces that might be showing up, anywhere where maybe like you still are hitting a wall or finding yourself entering into like some of the thoughts, because we just had the 10 of Swords come out here and it's the Ruin card. And so what I was kind of seeing with that is that idea of there's certain beliefs or thoughts that we hold that are still showing up. I just had this earlier, like I have some certain like fears that I feel like it's funny because now I've gotten to a point where if I were to like put it on a scale, the fear would be like, before it was like this, now it's more like this, but I could still tell that it's not like balanced. So there's something here, and we have with the 10 is both like an ending and a beginning. So there's something here that wants to shift around these thoughts. And this thought is really, or this belief system is really what's impacting you being able to bring forth the dreams, whatever that might be that you're feeling now, this current like pull, or, it's probably always been there, but now it's a bit more clear. Are becoming more clear, or at least one step in the direction is becoming clear. Now it's about you healing this part, tuning into the womb, talking to your body, asking for the guidance, because that's another thing. As I was literally just not even an hour ago thinking, oh, I still have those thoughts that make me feel sometimes like I feel this insecurity. And I was like, okay, that I see it, and that's great. And I'm grateful that I've been able to move beyond, the like intense, like clingy kind of insecurity energy that would sometimes show up. And yet I recognize like, I don't even really want that to be a part of my experience anymore. Because what I notice is that it's actually really hindering all the other beautiful parts of relationships and experiences and the potential for opportunities. So there's something there. Maybe it's a similar energy for you. I'm not sure, what those thoughts might be, but there's something. So I love how we have like the Ace to the 10 of Swords here. Let's just pull some cards. Ooh. So we're going to clarify for this masculine energy. Actually, let's clarify for this Ace of Swords, what might be blocking our visibility still. And if there's any other thing we need to know that's blocking the visibility. The Devil, 15. Ugh, I don't know why it's not wanting to show. We've had this happen before, you guys, all right? Where it's like, all of a sudden it does work. It could just be my lighting. I'm going to just play around with this. Let's see if it wants to do its thing. Hi, Robin. Nice to have you here. If you would like personal cards pulled, you can let me know. But you can see I'm just trying to maneuver my camera and the blur function here, whatever it is. I don't know what's going on. Whatevs. So the Devil. Some devilly energy, some type of oppressive energy is still blocking. And, when we see this Devil card, it's usually like addictions. It's these chains that are holding you. So you know what those addictions are. You know what it is that you are still letting control you. Whether it's certain foods you're eating or certain behaviors you're taking part in, certain relationships that no longer are fulfilling you. There's something that's still holding you, and this is kind of blocking blocking the energy for you to see clearly. And I like the idea of the food, because really, if you think about like food, and if you start to eat foods differently, you can see that it literally is like a brain fog lifts, right? And so for some of you, it might be like a cleanse that needs to happen, to kind of like kickstart some of this clarity of sight. And then when you're doing that, and whatever way you need to do it, like maybe it's having a friend, someone who maybe is also struggling with the same thing, and just really get clear on like holding each other accountable. What did I hear today? This teacher was talking about, how the devil energy, the oppressor energy was created so that we would have a bit of this like force to move against. Like, it's so necessary. So don't beat yourself up about it. It needs to happen, and it makes you stronger. Like, no one, I think it was just Bjork. I was listening to a video from Bjork. She was talking about kind of like what she noticed for herself before she started coming out with her music and her voice, like sharing her music and the songs she had been creating. Was she noticed that the people who were already doing that and that she felt inspired by, they were the people that were like, they had chosen to no longer be, I want to say she used the word lazy, but they were willing to like put themselves at risk of being seen, of being heard, the risk of people not liking what they were receiving from them or not receiving it at all. And there's something about that I want to just speak to, because I feel like that's really important when we think about this devil energy, that everyone has been chained. Everyone has their struggles, but only some are willing to actually break free. Only some are willing to do the work and like push beyond it. And to me, if you're here, you're one of those people that's willing to do that. And there's no timeline on when it needs to get done, please. Like everything is happening in that time, because usually the devil's sitting on that box of Saturn. So it's like the devil's kind of like controlling time, so to speak. We have the 8 of Wands here with the Tower card. Just shows people kind of going on this long, tedious journey. These wands kind of flying through the air, but they're still committed. They're wrapped in the robes, kind of moving through time. I find it fascinating that it's an 8, and that would be right beneath the sphere of Gebura, which is tied to Mars as well. What if these are all these like magi traveling through the desert? How many of you are part of this like group of other magicians, other wise people, sages that have been traveling through time, like time immemorial, like ongoing, the same exodus over and over again, every lifetime? And all the wisdom that's being carried through that is almost like the foundation of that sphere of Gebura, the sphere of Mars, and the severity that it comes. Like, this is kind of like a weird paradox that I'm kind of getting a sense of, that instead of, and I feel like I've talked about this a lot on the channel, but instead of beating on, that toxic masculinity or patriarchy or whatever, it's like, seeing that almost also as like the devil or the oppressor that needs to just be there so that we can continue these teachings, continue the wisdom, and open people's eyes across time. No one's eyes would be open if they didn't have that, right? If you only had light right now, if we only had light and there was no shadow, no dark, I would basically just be all like in with the mix of the light, right? The cards wouldn't exist. Everything you see is just based on the depths of the shadows and the different hues of the colors or the light coming in and out. So there's something about this for many of you. Tuning into the tribe, tuning into other people that you feel connected to is going to be really supportive at this point in time. in this next month, and it's going to help you to also dream. Oh, because there's so much, I think, sometimes a pull for us to just do it ourselves, but you're being asked here to tune into that group. Like maybe there's a soul tribe or group that you've been feeling more connected to or noticing, or people you've been kind of thinking about dreaming or dreaming of. It doesn't have to be the specific people. It can just be like a place or some organization. Like, can you reach out? Can you follow up with those people? Okay, between this 9 of Stones, 10 of Swords, what card can we have around this? Well, we have Cave. We have that energy of the womb. It's funny how the other cards didn't want to be picked up. Maybe it's just like, yeah, interesting. See the white? There's something about that. So we have a root chakra card here. So the red card, the root, the base, I've kind of spoke about being connected to the body, spending time on your own in that place, like just like I mentioned with December kind of being a slowdown. And I know it can sometimes feel even more busy with like all the get-togethers, family, whatever, but you can still set boundaries. You can still set and carve out time for yourself within your own space so that you can still work on this healing, or at least gain the insights, integrate the things you're picking up on from those times of contemplation. So whatever that might look like for you. We're going to pull a few more cards for the collective, and then I'll get into personal card pulls. See, Robin? Yeah, that's okay. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Is there any questions specifically here? Oh, great energy healing, baby. We have spiritual cleansing, which Lamed, Mem, Lamed, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun. Okay. Counting the numbers there. Is there another card here? Okay. So we have the spiritual cleansing card. And then 2 other cards came out, Talisman and Shadow. Something I did recently, I was going to make a video about this. I haven't yet. Actually, I was kind of thinking it'd be cool to do like a workshop like this, like on Zoom, where people could just co-work together. But so maybe this is the side to do it for December, yay. But basically making a clay like effigy or talisman, some type of representation of a shadow aspect, and allowing that to be this like of that shadow. And then it like loses its power, so to speak, and you get to use it as like what a talisman does. It gives you power. It ties you to this energy that then you can transform into whatever you want. And so there's something cleansing about this. So there's like a renewal that takes place. So that might be something I just need to host on here and like put it to the membership. For those of you who are here, and open it to others that want to take part in creating something like this. And if not, just take the time, get some clay. The dollar store has it. Contemplate about whatever that thought form is, that shadow aspect, that belief that you're still holding, whether it's, you're not worthy, or your fear of abandonment, or, whatever it could be, and project it out. And then see it outside of yourself and be like, okay, I see you. Now, what do you have to show me? And create an effigy, a little clay image, or whatever you want it to be. You can draw it out. But I definitely think working your hands with the earth is going to be something that's beneficial with this. Okay. Just doing some math, see what this deck says, and then that deck, and then we will move. So for the collective, Goddess, what message do you have for us? We have the Lover. Not the lovers, the Lover. The Lover is awakened in you today as a soft, gentle reminder of the small parts inside of you. Allow yourself to be seen and to be vulnerable. Love how it's like kind of like a feminine Jesus. That's interesting. So all that shadowy aspect, that thought, those beliefs you still hold, or that one belief, can you just have a bit of gentleness with it and acknowledge that it's okay to have that? Like, I'm not even kidding you. As I thought, I'm like, oh, that's so funny. Like, I still kind of sometimes feel that insecurity. But I feel like way less of it now. But it's still there. Oh, it's so silly. Like, and just like, okay, part. Okay, have you had enough yet? Like, have you had enough? How much more do you need? How much more, like, and I'm not going to ask that because I definitely don't really need to know that question. I take it back. But it's like, okay, I think it's time to move on. It's kind of like a kid falling and hurting their knee, scraping it. It's like after a while, you kind of like, okay, that's okay. We don't have to coddle this anymore. It's going to heal. Life's going to go on. Life is going on. Okay, galactic guides. What message do you have for us from this deck? Thank you, Goddess. If you want to pull it. Soul family. It kind of landed on that soul family card, the Eight of Wands there. So call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Your dreams are going to manifest. What needs to happen is for you to open up to those people, open up to those collaborations, open up to the people that want to support you, open up to the people that you work well with. Be okay to make changes of who you're working with. I'm learning this recently where it's like, I don't want someone to feel left out and just having an open, honest conversation and then calling in and you physically calling someone. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. I had a few conversations like that today myself. So who is the soul family? Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And I love this coming from that galactic energy. There's so much potential here. You have like such powerful healing ability. The dolphins, the whales, again, that ancestral connection, like a deep, deep inner ancestral connection that goes beyond this bloodline. It's been, again, those sages traveling, right? Not just on this planet, but other planets. This is going to be like the time. So I don't know what you're doing or working on for next year, but 2025 is coming to the end. The snake year has been all about internal introspection. And now as you come to the end of this year, 2025, entering into the next, I really do feel it's important for us all to be in this place of reflection and starting to open up these doors going to the next chapter. What is it you want? It's going to get more clear. It is. Now you just have to be willing to do it. Be willing to do it. If you need the support to do that, you guys, reach out. That's why I have the Catalyst Blueprint, that 5-week mentorship program can help kind of get some things unstuck. And then from there, you have like your whole life in front of you. You get to create. Right? And gaining some clarity on that can be like such a godsend. So the link is in the description if you would like to apply for that. Because I only take so many people every month because it's only 5 weeks and I want to make sure I'm giving people the right best support. But you can definitely tune into that. So let's do some personal card pulls. We'll start with Robin. If anyone else is present and would like their cards pulled, you can let me know. Okay, so calling to Robin's guides, to those ancestors. Thank you. To those beings that wish to support in awakening the dream for Robin. What is that dream? It's saying that my chat disconnected, so I hope you can message whoever. It's saying it's successfully connected again, but I've never had that happen before, so time will tell. Okay, Robin, what do the cards have to say for you? We got 5 of Cups, disappointment. To the 6 of Cups, happiness. Ooh, so it's like this pouring out, almost like, oh, I've been at the last of my ability to get anything done, or just feeling like this drainedness. The cards kind of showing the dripping, the trickles of your emotions, the trickles of your energy. And then in the West, where, the second position, we have the 6 of Cups, which is happiness. Notice how the cards now are showing. Oh, well, I can't even. Well, it was. But I noticed how there's like a bubble here. It's like there's a bubble of energy, of water, of whatever it needs to be for you, Robin, and it's there and it's floating. So I want to just say that everything you need, everything that you could possibly desire, it exists. We're going to see, how can you get into that bubble and start to fill these cups up and fill them so that they're overflowing to the brim. There's something about a star here too, which is interesting. The star is kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but the star is like floating right above the, oh, is it going to do it? It's floating right above the cup there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. So how can Robin get to that source? Father of Stones, the King of Stones. The Old Man, it's called. I don't know if I've ever seen this card, maybe. Oh, I really feel like you're being asked to connect to spirit, Robin. It's like, it's a series of footprints, and then there's also little handprints and animal footprints and all sorts of things. So it's almost like, I really hope you can see that you are the creator. The creator birthed you. You are a creator. You are the creator of the creator, or created of the creator. And you create also from there. So there's this line of divinity that spirit really wants you to remember about yourself. You can see it a lot. I think when you're looking at nature, then this reminder will come through for you. But connecting to spirit, that's what I'm seeing as the old man, the first man. Can you just tune into that energy and be show me just how much of a wealth of inspiration and creation I am. Okay, let's pick a card in the north. I feel like there's some more things I want to say there, but I'm going to just pause on that. Yeah, turn it around. Ooh, the universe. So to me, this is everything coming into fruition, if it's going to show you. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying tonight. I don't know why it's doing it right now, not any other time. But whatevs. You really can't see that image. It almost looks like a dragon that's flying underneath a planet. That's what I see. I see a dragon that's kind of blowing fire. And it actually looks like there's another egg-shaped sort of creature, like a serpentine creature underneath it, showing me it's carrying something that it's birthing. So calling to that energy of Tav for you, Robin, that energy of Tav, that cross, spirit, fire, the crossroads that you might be at right now between this 5 and 6 of cups, disappointment and happiness, and tuning into your belly, tuning into that place that creates life. Maybe the things that you've had to or you felt called to create before, you felt like you had to protect it. Like this fiery dragon, just angry, blowing this heat out, right? Whatever that might have been for you, Robin, can you relinquish a little bit of that past energy, that, I don't want to say control, but more like the feeling the need to protect, because you are protected. And spirit would never let harm come to you. All again, coming back to that kind of previous reading with the devil energy, that teacher specifically that I was referencing was talking about how, say you got into a car accident. Some people will be like, oh my gosh, this is so horrible. But he's like, what if you could shift your mind to be like, oh, well, I didn't want to get into a car accident today, and this is unfortunate, but God's plan is always greater. And then he was referencing a Kabbalistic teacher, rabbi, who had said, if you ever are feeling stuck between, it's interesting because I'm kind of seeing this now with these two cards, the 5 and the 6. He's like, if you ever feel stuck between, am I the one at fault or is it God that did something wrong? The teacher is always default that it's you. I thought that was kind of funny, but it's I guess it's kind of true. If we're saying something bad happened or we lost a business opportunity or whatever, it's how can we say it's God's fault, right? It's God always has a better plan. So let go of the need to fight or protect or put this air of aggression or intensity in, because it's only going to lead to more disappointment. You're just going to be operating from that 5th sphere, that sphere of Gebura, instead of being in the 6th sphere, the sphere of beauty and Tiferet. The Spirit's going to show you. Just keep asking, praying. Okay, what about inside? That's going to help you to tune into that sphere. What else about that sphere from a chakra point? Is this abundance? Oh, grace. This is so annoying to me, you guys. I mean, it's not that annoying, but it just kind of is unfortunate because I would love for you to be able to see what the card is saying and the imagery. Spot on. So true. Okay. Hi, Meredith. Hello. Let's see if that works. Oh my God. Okay. I like how you always go like this. It's like, okay. Have a little grace for yourself, Robin. Have a bit of grace for all those times past. Again, this isn't about shaming or guilting. It's about just recognizing behaviors. But the angels have a bit of grace, right? They have a bit of a way of being, I guess, in ease. You can see the card, right? What if that dragon could just ease a bit and just tend to that baby inside? Because just like the old man, just like that first human that came, the first human didn't, maybe they did think about it, but there was nothing that it could do to care for us now in this timeline. Do you know what I mean? All it could do was care for itself. Yes, of course, its next generation, its children or dependents. And then from there, just had to trust the process. So having this grace, like the angels, connecting to this pink energy, really connecting to your heart. There's something about heart here that's standing out to me. We'll see what the goddess says. What do you have for Robin, goddess? I'm like just feeling like just need to like close my eyes, go inside, literally just like be still and like tune in. We have the Mother card. The Mother is awakened in you now to remind you to tend to your deepest wounds and needs. So there's definitely something here for you, Robin, about like closing your eyes, tuning into the womb, tuning into just stillness. Like, it's kind of like very timely with the winter months. So that's kind of what the earth does, right? Is it's turning off. It's like a deep rumbling. Even a dragon like goes and usually, like a dragon's just sleeping curled up amongst its pile of gold or whatever. It doesn't really move until it absolutely needs to. There's something that maybe you could call to the dragon as well. That dragon mother to support you. Thank you, Goddess. We're going to pull one of these for the star family. What message do you have for Robin? Just one, please. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Like that dragon there is not going to get disturbed by anyone. Most people will be like, I'm going to avoid that. So right now, if people are in this takey energy, really wanting your attention, I feel like this has come up for you before. Where else do you need to establish boundaries? And maybe these are the places where that fiery like needs to be expressed. It's okay to judge sometimes. I don't feel like this came up for you last time. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I love how those lights are kind of like showing up in her body, in her column. Like, almost because people don't want to hurt you. They just want that source of light. They want like that energy of spirit that you are tapping into. So seeing it like that, like it's not really that, it's not like there's something about you. It's just like the thing that you're holding and emitting. And you can use that as a protector too, which is interesting if we think about it. Kind of say like the inner child, maybe that little tiny dragon in the like egg that's how I'm seeing this little tiny dragon underneath. It's like, that's kind of the inner child of the big dragon that comes out and it's like, so it's okay to tune into both those adult and inner child versions of yourself here. And I'm not sure if this has ever come up for you. I'm like, I feel like there might be a 5-pointed star meditation. Robin, I recommend that. I'm seeing the 5 points on her head. And then I was seeing that in this star, which now you can see, look. So I don't know if you can look up a meditation that's like that. It might be interesting for you to give it a try. A 5-pointed star meditation. Okay. Whoo. Thank you. Thank you, Robin's guides, ancestors. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Yeah. See, I don't think I saw if anyone else had put card requests in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Feel free to share it too if you find a 5-star meditation that's really like great, Meredith, I think you're asking for cards, but you said you'd love okra, and I'm like, I would also love okra. Frick, it's so good. Oh my goodness, you guys. I ended up getting a Christmas gift early. At least it's on its way early. I'm not going to speak about it till it comes. But just thinking of the bell gong or the singing bowl here, it's like making me think of that. So you're going to see, and I'm excited to, in the collective reading, that's kind of the whole energy is just like, for me this past year, I feel like things just completely like turned off almost from like the faucet of inspiration. That's how I would describe it. I was like, I was, before I'm making music, I'm like coming up with all these ideas, videos, like whatever. And then it just kind of like, and internal work was happening. And now I can feel it like coming back on, but like there's like, it's been like cleaned, the faucet. Water is being filtered. It seems like there's a better connection happening. And so I'm feeling grateful for that. Hi. Okay, Meredith, we're going to pull cards for you. So calling to your guides, your ancestors, Meredith's guides, for those messages. Thank you. Thank you. Saturn retrograde. So many things, hey? Oh my goodness. I think too the snake energy, this year being the snake. Yeah, someone was like, I'm so glad it's done. I agree. Interesting. So we have alchemy, the alchemy card here. Oh, weird. There was two. That was bizarre. This is temperance, I believe. So we have temperance. We have the 9 of stones, which is material gain, which was in our initial collective reading. And underneath that 9 of stones, Meredith, was the emperor. It was like hiding. There's like some masculine energy hiding. What is that? What is that? What is that? Sagittarius, Aries. Something about your like rulership, I feel like, is hiding behind this material gain. And you're being asked to alchemize this. Being asked to see how you are, in fact, the ruler of your material world. We're going to let's pull one in the north and then maybe a chakra card, see what that shows. So how can this finally look, I guess, from Meredith? Mixed happiness, 4 of cups. Well, which is kind of what the temperance card usually does, right? She's mixing the cards together, or mixing the liquids, kind of pouring them, right? Life isn't always going to be happy. Life isn't always going to be working out for us. Alchemy really is the practice of recognizing both that light and dark. I kind of have like an angelic figure almost, and a not angelic figure, but they both sort of look devilish, is how I would describe them. When you come to love, that even in suffering, there is like beauty and opportunity. Even in those challenges financially or challenges in the material world, that you are still actually a ruler. That everything is like a window, which is what the letter He is. Everything is actually a window to the soul, a window to deeper consciousness, a window to the divine that you can understand. And it starts something new. That's why we have Aries here. That initiating fire. And the mutable fire with Sagittarius with the alchemy card. What else? I'm feeling like just like vibration in my right leg for some reason. So I don't know how you've been like on the earth or connected on that right masculine side. Maybe something's just kind of off with that for you, Meredith. Like what wants to come through with this chakra card? Well, perhaps you've been having visions. What's coming through is like, you've been having visions about what needs to happen. Whoa, I just, okay, slow down. It's like, it almost feels like Spirit's being like, I've showed you 100 times. Like, what more do you want me to do? Like, you've seen the visions of what the action step is, that masculine driving action that's going to propel you forward in your path, especially towards this material gain energy. And you have to take it. You have to take it. So just taking a deep breath in. I'm not sure what's holding you. What is that? Goddess, what is it that you need Meredith to know? Nurture. Take the time today to nurture your inner world. What do you need? How can you listen to this? So what is it that you need? Like, how can you take care of yourself? To take care, well, it kind of goes back to the collective reading, I feel like, with this, but that belief that maybe is like holding you from taking that step of action, like driving force action into the next chapter of your dreams, nurturing it. But it's like, it's less of like a healing as it is more of like like the collective reading talked about healing it, bringing it out, right? Putting into that like clay effigy and then like using that as a power. This, it feels more like for you, Meredith, like a nurturing your inner child. Sometimes even it could be, maybe that's how you're like talking to yourself. Remember, I kind of felt like it was like this rushed, like, like, are you speaking to yourself like in this capacity? Because, you know, talking to a child like that, believe it or not, I wish I could go back in time and tell my parents this, but it's like, it's coming from a place of love and gentleness and not rushedness and impatience or whatever, though, like, you're going to get a better result out of the child, out of yourself, with this place of like, oh, it's okay. Like, I know you're scared about taking this next step. I know you're scared to put yourself out there. You know, like, but this is part of the plan, and we're like supported. Like, this is all part of God's plan. And we've seen the visions. We know there's something here. So it's okay. Like, tell me, what are you scared of most? And like, have this sort of like conversation with this part of you. What do you need? How can you listen to this? Maybe there's something that inner child part needs. I'm sorry, I'm not even looking at the messages. I just realized. The bowl chime, I can feel it going through me. Nice. Glad that you can hear that. My phone's been warning about my balance and walking steady. How I talk to my cats. Yeah, you probably talk so sweet and gentle to them, you know? We can always do it to others, but like, it's hard for us to do it to ourselves sometimes. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I love how you have two kind of like puma cats on either side of her too. Yeah, if you can get out and like connect to the earth, I think that's going to help too. Like, kids go out and play in the snow. I know it's maybe not always the ideal. But can you do that? Or how can you bring that playfulness in the snow or in the ground for yourself? We went for a walk. Ooh, clearing. We went for a walk this afternoon, and both of us were kind of like, but we went, you know, and it was nice, and it was freaking cold. But it was also nice. And I'm like, hey, it's important to still do this, still connect, bundle up. You don't have to look a certain way. Just stay warm and purposely walk on the earth. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. All these animals, those grandmothers, all the times before there's like ancient Egyptian, I think either like a King Tut sort of energy or the Sphinx. It looks like King Tut to me. And then maybe some other type of temple, but the mountains. So definitely you are linked and being guided, Meredith. Nurture that inner child. This is all going to be part of awakening that like next step for you. Okay. I think that's it. Thank you, Meredith's guides, ancestors, those beings. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Meredith. Thanks for being here. No, it's late for some of you over on that other side of the continent. So thank you for being here. Wow, it's already been an hour. That's incredible. Time flies. So yeah, with that being said, we're coming to the end of November. So December is about gratitude. It's about manifesting your dreams, connecting to those things that you want to see like pop up in your reality. Oh, thank you, Robin, for the donation. I appreciate that. Sending it back to you 100-fold, 1,000-fold. Thank you. And I thank you all for being in the membership and just taking part in these other videos. You know, I know you have busy lives and things are going to, like, I really do believe us coming together like this, tuning in to the energies, and especially this next month, I'm hoping to like just create some other opportunities to like support you all and to share like inspiration so that you can enter into 2026 doing what you need to do. And if that means things change for you about being part of the membership, that's fine. Everything has a time and a season, okay? And really, you can like live your life the way you feel called. And it just is an honor to be a part of your life at whatever point that is. So thank you for being here. And here's to the next month. Just thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guides. Our ancestors for just continuing to support and guide us, for awakening those paths, those portals that show us our true selves, that show us the aspects of ourselves that really walk in power and walk in wisdom and understanding. May we never forget, may we always remember who we are, what it is that we've been placed here for. And that's ultimately to just be these lights. So use us, Spirit, as these light beings. Use us to bring love and inspiration to the world in our own unique ways. We thank you. So it is. Thank you. Okay. Well, I hope you all have a fabulous evening. And until next time, I guess Monday, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.